What's up everybody and welcome to the Beats Authority. Today we're gonna talk about Drake, honestly, Nevermind. And honestly, I found it pretty good. I think Drake did a great job here to bring dance to his own universe. So we're gonna go through the album song by song in details, and then after at the end we're gonna come up with a conclusion. I will tell you what I think about it overall. Starting with the intro, it just puts you straight away in that mood. It's short and sweet, no extra anything, is just minimal, straight to the point. It puts you in that vintagey sunset drive mood. It's super efficient, and I haven't heard this for a while. It just reminds me of some Kenny G old stuff. Falling Back is cool, but to me nothing special really. It's just a little too long. I can get bored at some point. The melodies are nice, the production is pretty cool, but it's super repetitive. At the same time, that is part of what house and electronic music and dance music is. So I wouldn't give 4 producers a hard time, because here's the tricky situation in this type of music. Yes, it's 4 of them. It doesn't mean they have to do 4 times as much stuff. No, part of their job is to know when not to put stuff. But engineering wise, there's something that really bothers me at this level. I know a lot of people gave this album a hard time in terms of sound. I do not agree with that. I find it pretty good, pretty consistent, and pretty Drake, and that's the most important part here. But this mouth click in the beginning, you hear him like stuff like that, is at that level to me personally unacceptable, because there's so many people, producers and engineers and Drake himself, and nobody heard that and I did. That's a little weird. Text Go Green. So this one has a more familiar Drake vibe. It feels like we heard this Drake before. It's something that you can put in the same family as One Dance or Fountains. It has that Afrobeats vibe, but it's a little faster. The Afrobeats usually are around 100 BPM. This is around 120. Great song, great vibe, beautiful melodies. I think this will go great in a party, in a club. But here's my thing. In terms of arrangement, I know this is the essence of some of the electronic and dance and house music, but there is no beginning, there is no end, there is no middle. It's just so repetitive. You can play the song at any point, it will feel the same and it will sound the same, and you will not be able to say this is my favorite part of the song, because simply there is no parts in the song. It's loopy, it's the same thing happening at any point. And with this I'm a little conflicted, because I don't know if they did this as sign of respect of the origin of electronic and dance music, or is this just laziness? I'm not sure. But from my part, as this is to me a pretty experimental project, I wish they went a little further in the experimentation and try new things. And having so many people at the highest level teaming up together for this project, they could have tried to break the rules a little more. Currents is just a song that I wouldn't pay too much attention to, just because there's nothing for me to remember in terms of melodies, in terms of general mood. But everybody's going crazy over the squeaky bed sound. It's nothing really revolutionary. That stuff has been made before. Me personally, I know it as far as SoundCloud era, like 10 years ago. You can check the song called Getting Wood by Trippy Turtle and Booty Beaver. This is from around 2010, 12, something like that, and it has squeaky bed sound. This is as far as my personal squeaky bed history goes, but maybe it goes further than that. So again, I can't tell if this is a tribute to that era or wherever this originally comes from, or appropriation of something that has been done before but not a lot of people know about. A keeper. So I am not supposed to talk too much here about the lyrics, but only when it's cringy, and this was very cringy. The main part when he says I found a new muse, no please don't. But the melodies are beautiful though, so I personally pay more attention to the melodies than the lyrics, so I'm cool with that. But sometimes it still forces me to cringe, and this was a perfect example of that. Other than that, the melodies are great. The outro is amazing in this song. It just takes the whole thing. There is a lot of details going on, but no Drake. It's just the music. It's breathing, it has space, and everything is placed perfectly here. Calling My Name is so far the best song for me, because it has that vibe. They were going for all this dancey stuff, but at the same time the structure didn't make any sense. Like there is an intro and then it goes and there is a switch and then it just goes in all the direction. Pretty experimental, pretty unexpected, and that's exactly what I'm waiting for here, and it's not a safe choice. My only issue in this song is that during that part where you can hear Drake's vocals with the sidechain pumping, you can hear the headphone spills, you can hear that nasty noise of the that is when you record with headphones that are loud, the microphone will capture some of that sound and it just makes it dirty. And like I have a hard time believing that this is a mistake from this level of people. I don't know, I really don't know. Like I pay so much attention to these things when I record personally that I cannot believe that this is what's happening here. So maybe it's a mistake, maybe they wanted it, I don't know. It's nasty to me. Sticky is really a great song. I have nothing much to say about it other than the 808, one of the 808s being super boomy. It's like boom, 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 boom. And it's eating a lot of the mix. It's taking way too much place and it's pretty loud and it's not very comfortable for the ears. Other than that, arrangement, mixing, everything. This is one of the most memorable songs in the album. It's safe Drake in this style obviously, but it's good Drake. Massive is a pretty massive song. This is the one that would go in a festival and have people go crazy. So I'm not sure what is the intention of this album. I know they said dance, but a house party, a club, a festival, it's not exactly the same type of stuff happening. This is great for festival. I think it's great for all the above, but this is the only one so far that is a potential festival banger. The arrangement is great, all these little break and different switches and everything that is happening is well produced. Even the choice of the cheap sounding piano is on point for this aesthetic. Flights Booked feels like an unnecessary addition to this album, to be honest. I don't see why they put it here. Like Charlemagne said, it's elevator music. This is what I feel about this song. It has absolutely nothing special. It's very forgettable and it feels like a Lucy, it feels like leftover. I don't know why they put it here, but if they really insisted on putting it here, it shouldn't have been 4 minutes because that's a lot of time for this. So right after that, Overdrive is a slap. So I forgive you for Flights Booked. The melodies here are just so beautiful. I think this song is underrated. Looking at the numbers of streams in this whole album, I think this song is amazing. It's very beautiful. It's just the melodies of the vocals on top of the chords and the guitars are just very beautiful and very pleasing to my ears. I can imagine myself enjoying this music in so many different situations. This is one of the songs that I love the most, not in this album, I'm talking in general. When the melodies are on point, everything is matching, everything in its right place, the vocal performance is great. It's just a beautiful song, even with that cheap plastic sounding kick in the beginning. Downhill feels a little too Lion King-y for me. Like I just don't see why they put it here, to be honest. It's just, it's cool, like the melodies are okay, but I don't think it fits the aesthetic of the album. I think it was very unnecessary and pretty long for what it is. Tie That Binds has one of my favorite chord progressions here. I find it very beautiful and I kinda like the guitar. I know a lot of people gave them a hard time for the guitar player choice, or I mean because it's Drake, everybody's saying he can afford the best. He could have brought Carlos Santana here and the guitar sounded very cheap and very basic, which is true. But again, back to the same questioning that I had around this video, I'm not sure if they did it on purpose, because at some point this music had this type of very, very basic guitar lines. Did they do it on purpose, or is just a lack of effort from their side? I'm not sure about that, but I find this song to be pretty beautiful. I like it. I don't understand why Liability and Jimmy Cooks are on this album for different reasons. Liability just sounds like these, you know, you go on YouTube, you type whatever song and you add slowed and reverb to it. And it's like Shop and Screwed. People do that for some reason. It shouldn't be on a Drake album. And Jimmy Cooks is a great song, but it just doesn't make sense to have it here. For a lot of Drake fans, this is the best song on the album, but to me it's not, just because it doesn't fit the album. It's a great Drake and 21 Savage song, but not for this project. So out of this whole album, my personal favorite is Overdrive, my least favorite is Flights Booked. Overall, I think Drake did a great job bringing house music and dance to his word. Even though it's house, it's dance, it's still Drake before anything else. The instrumental are super minimalistic, it still feels dark, it still has that Drake vibe, that underwater filtered sound. I think he did something that he actually liked. I don't think he tried to compromise to appeal or to satisfy his fan base. I think he just did something that he's actually passionate about, and he didn't try to be rapping too much or trying too hard. He actually respected the codes of some of the codes of the actual dance music that he's paying homage to. This album was thought out as a whole project because you can feel the transitions between the songs. Like you can feel the end of a song is kind of introducing the beginning of the next one, and I find that to be great in terms of consistency of the project. So the listening experience throughout the album is pretty nice and smooth, and this is a great reminder of how amazing Drake is with melodies. He has that super strength of making super simple melodies that are very catchy. Honestly, Nevermind, this was a great experimental album. I think it's experimental because it's just a hybrid thing of the Drake word and the dance word, and it brought this thing. In my opinion, it didn't go far enough in the experimentation. It could have been an amazing product, but it's a really good product now, but it's not mind-blowing. It's not there yet. Maybe the next one will be. If you made it up to here, I guess my takes are interesting, so thank you very much. Give it a like, comment what did you think overall about the structure of the video, about my takes, about the Drake new album. Just let me know in the comments. Also check out the intro video of this channel to know more about me and my intentions doing this. See you next week. Peace.